everyone, welcome to Down and Dirty. I'm Larry. Today we're going to do a repair on a Ram phone mount. Problem I've had with these is, this is the part I've already cut it off. This is the ball that was on the back of it, and this rubber coating material that was on there, it just crumbles and falls apart. I know, I got hold of them, they said they have lifetime warranty on the products. You have to send it in, they'll look at it, and they'll evaluate whether they're going to cover it or not. It wasn't worth it for me to send this whole mount in and to have them say it was my fault or something. I just decided to fix it myself. It's actually the second one I've done, and I like the outcome better. What I ended up with than what it was to start with anyway. And now it can continuously be repaired if anything else happens to it. But what I did is I bought this ball mount. I'll show everything here in the video. Purchased this ball mount from them that has a much better coating on it, and I use these for other things and I've never had a problem with them. So I just modified their phone mount to accept this mount that they also sell. So it's constantly repairable if anything happens to it again. I don't know if it will or not. But I definitely like this material a lot better. It's a lot more grippy and not loose like the original mount felt loose to start with when it was new. So all right, let's get started. Show you how this is done. Okay, so I've had this happen to two of my Ram mounts now. Second one, I have one I haven't used much, so I don't know if it's going to do the same thing or not, but this is what happens. They have this rubber coating on here that just starts to crumble and fall apart. And that's useless because this hard plastic is way too small, not the 1-inch diameter, so you can no longer use it. This seems to be the only Ram mount that I have that's made this way, with this crappy coating that does not stay on, and it just crumbles and falls apart. I started noticing by seeing little black chunks laying around inside my vehicle on the console and couldn't figure out where they were coming from. And then my phone started flopping around driving down the road. So, hey, there it is. That's the problem. So we have a fix for this. I've already done one. Came out great. It's the part I used. It's the actual Ram mount part. It's a ball with a metal 1/4-20 threaded end. So here it is, and I've used these a lot of cases, a lot of different places. I have one actually on my tripod here in the shop that I use to put my phone on for recording. This already is a way better coating, seems to be a way better coating, seems to hold up better. We'll see how it does. So what I do is if you remove this faceplate, pry it off. I kind of already helped it. Simply use a putty knife, get behind it, it'll pop right off. You have 4 Phillips screws here that hold it together. Just back them all out. Well, I found you didn't have to worry about this thing just like flying apart on you. There is a spring in here for the clamping action of these arms. It all stayed intact. The last one I took apart. See what this one does. Just remove all 4 screws. You can see what I'm talking about, the spring. Just be careful not to pop this apart. You'll be fine. So here's what I found we had. We took the first one apart. It gave me the idea to do all this. There's already a hole in here. It's not quite a 1/4 inch. So what size the thread is in these balls. These balls that you can buy. So that's 1/4-20 thread. What I found is using an Allen cap like this fits, no problem, inside of here. So by putting a bolt in here to hold that on, this still fits right over it. So it's not an issue. It's almost like they designed it to be done a better way than what they did. I don't know. So anyway, this hole's not quite big enough, so you need to drill that out. I just used a 1/4 inch drill bit and drilled that out. So then I cut this off. We'll just use a hacksaw here, and we're just going to cut this off, file or sand it smooth, so that sits on there nice and flush, and then you just bolt it on. So let's put this in a vise just to kind of help hold on to it. Using a hacksaw here. And I'm not going to cut it flush. I'm going to cut it and leave a little bit standing off there. Just try to cut it as straight as you can. So that's it right there, cut off. So now we cut this useless piece off. You can just throw that in the trash. This is the part that, the base. So if you look right there, it's real close to the same size, diameter. The reason I didn't cut this or make this down flush is because then it makes this pretty thin to bolt to. I want as much material as possible bolting through to help support so that this doesn't break out. So I'm keeping as much of this radius here for strength as what we can. So now we have that cut off. I'm just using a regular file. File this down smooth and flat. Simply use sandpaper, whatever you want to use. 1/4-inch drill bit here and a drill. I'm just going to hold it. Just careful doing this. Put it in a vise if you don't feel safe doing this. Run the drill bit real slow. And just drill it out. So you can just insert your 1/4-inch bolt from behind. Thread your ball on it. Use an Allen wrench from the back and a wrench on the front and tighten it up. I'm going to put some blue Loctite on it. If you have some, I would recommend it. The way it doesn't, as your phone or devices or anything that's on here, as you're moving them around, that you don't want to tend to unthread that. It's blue thread locker. Just a dab. Thread it on. Wipe off the excess. So you can use anything but 7/16 wrench on the ball. 3/16 Allen wrench for the bolt. And just tighten it up good so it doesn't spin free. You stay in place. Okay, so that's all done. Repaired. Put it back together. Just reverse what you did, just take it apart. Line it up, put your screws back in it. And there you go. Still works like it's supposed to. Doesn't affect it at all. If you want, you put your little ram mount cover back on there. Still plenty sticky. And there it is. Fixed. Better, I think, what it was originally. All right. All right, so that concludes this video, repairing a Ram phone mount. Like I said, the second one I've done, I've been running one for a while like this. Like it a lot better than what it was originally. Personally, I think that's how they should make them. My opinion. Remember, we have t-shirts. If you want to help support the channel, be greatly appreciated. All right, thank you for watching. Take care. Appreciate y'all. Peace out.